according to how you have explained everything, it seems like the spiritual thing has got a lot of part to play when it comes to mental health. So, to what extent do you think this spiritual stuff can help us overcome mental health challenges? And we cannot run away from the fact that we have people who do not believe maybe in the existence of God. How do you think those people can cope with this mental health thing? Thank you.
Mental health. That time I was on TV. So she comes for an interview and she's like, I spend, I think it was 3,000 per session, then my medication is also costly, then and as I'm listening, I was like, yeah, it is okay. There are people who have money and can spend on going to see a psychologist for a session of 3K per week, right? But then for me, the question was, what if the people cannot afford this money? Where do they go? How do they deal with their mental health? And of course, I've also met people who do not want to hear, or if they go to a psychologist, they will probably not go to Pastor Eric because number one, is a Christian, and they want someone who's not a Christian. So they'd rather go to a psychologist who will give them steps and ways and tell them maybe meditate, go and do yoga, go and do, they'll give you solutions and it is there. But I said at the end of the day, if we believe that God does not exist, well, kila mtu na imani yake na kile ambacho anaamini, right? For me, I don't force people to follow Christ. I'll tell you my story. It's up to you to go and figure out whether Jesus is actually the way, the truth, and the life, or it's just a lie, right? But at the end of the day, I'll say, if you want to spend money, well and good. But for me, I was like, cheap is still expensive. So I was able to get over and to deal with my mental health. I became emotionally more intelligent because at the end of the day, I was like, okay, assuming, yes, I have the capability of paying a psychiatrist. Tukae chini na tuongee mashida zangu. But there are problems a human being cannot solve. They can happily or kind of seem like they're solving them, but there are things that cannot be solved by human beings. And even for the people who do not believe, well, you don't believe in God, well and good. But even believing in nothing, that means there's something that you're choosing not to believe in. So we can't say we believe in nothing. The world just exists. Okay, from where? I don't know science. I'm trying to look at those things and the explanations. I'm like, then where does that science begin? It just happened. Who made it happen? What made it happen? So a lot of times, most of us, we avoid the God conversation because we don't have an understanding of how we can bring meaning to what we refuse to accept. So if someone does not want to look at it from a spiritual angle, well, you can go and see a psychologist or a psychiatrist, depending on what you need. And aside from that, you can do those steps they give you. But for someone like me, I wanted to go to the root cause. And going to the root meant I had to go to God. I've been walking with God for 4 years. So meaning my last 26 years, nilikuwa neither here nor there. You get? And I tried the things of the world. I tried the solutions of the world. But in my life, short-lived. They were not permanent. And they could not sustain me. Because still, I'd have to keep on spending and spending for something God is giving it to me as a free gift.